Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Thanks so much for listening. Today we're talking election results, President Trump's failed surprise, and why some college basketball players were arrested in China. Plus the CMAs, Snapchat, and a NASA naming contest. All that and more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Wednesday, November 8th. You ready? Let's do this. The results are in from Election Day, and Democrats won the spot for governor in two states that both parties were watching pretty closely, Virginia and New Jersey. In New Jersey, it probably didn't help Republicans that Governor Chris Christie is now considered the least liked governor in the state ever. Fox News points out analysts will be taking a close look at these races, especially in the swing state of Virginia. They'll want to figure out any lessons learned for next year's big midterm elections. And one thing they'll look at, how closely they should or shouldn't position candidates with President Trump. A couple other things of note from Virginia. The Washington Post reports Democrat Danica Roem just became the first openly transgender candidate to win a seat in a state legislature. So not Congress, but Virginia's House of Delegates. Also winning a seat there is Democrat Chris Hurst. If that name sounds a little familiar, it's because he's a former TV anchor whose girlfriend, Allison Parker, was shot and killed on live TV. Hurst quit as an anchor earlier this year to run for office in her memory. President Trump spoke from South Korea about North Korea. PBS reports he sent another strong message saying, quote, "Do not underestimate us and do not try us." And he called on China and Russia to stop trading with North Korea. But the Wall Street Journal focused on what it called a change in tone for the president and more of a carrot and stick approach, pointing out that the president basically said to North Korea, "Let's talk." The quote was, "It makes sense for North Korea to come to the table and make a deal." But at the same time, the U.S. Navy was nearby showing off its strength. By the way, the AP reports President Trump had a secret plan to go to the border between South and North Korea. It was supposed to be a big showstopper, a symbolic move, but it didn't happen. Why? The weather. It was too foggy and the helicopter couldn't land. Next up, China. President Trump will be there today, and North Korea and trade will continue to be the big topics. Side note, Twitter is banned in China. Speaking of China, some UCLA basketball players are in some pretty big trouble there. ESPN reports 3 freshman players were arrested and accused of shoplifting, LiAngelo Ball included. He's the younger brother of NBA rookie Lonzo Ball. They were apparently questioned about stealing from a Louis Vuitton store next to the team's hotel. So what happens next? To be continued. Google Earth now has cars that can sort of sniff the air. You know, those cars that drive around with the cameras on top? Well, they now have technology that can check the air quality as well. Google used these cars recently in areas affected by wildfires, like in California. The information is supposed to help nonprofits and governments use Google systems to map out all the air quality issues. And true to Google Earth form, Bloomberg reports the project shows street-by-street pollution maps for San Francisco, LA, and California's Central Valley. Google has apparently done something similar in a few other cities for other air quality issues. You now have a chance to name something in space, something the AP describes as a tiny, icy little world on the edge of the solar system. NASA is doing a naming contest before the spacecraft called New Horizons does a flyby. New Horizons is the same spacecraft that went by Pluto a couple years ago. For now, the icy little something is called 2014 MU69. So yeah, NASA thinks you can do better. You have until December 1st. All right, other things people may be talking about today. Snapchat is gearing up for a big change, saying users could be shocked. The app hopes to make major updates to get more people to use it. That announcement came after the company didn't do so well. It didn't hit its goals for revenue or user growth, and the Snap stock fell. So enter a full app redesign. Mashable reports the company's CEO says it's time to make Snapchat a little easier to use and understand. He even said if users aren't used to the changes at first, it's okay because it will be better in the long term. So we'll see. For now, there are only hints about what it could look like, and there's no word yet on when this will happen. Twitter already made a big change. It doubled the number of characters allowed in each tweet, meaning you can write more. Instead of only 140 characters allowed, you can now use 280. You might remember Twitter has been testing this out for about a month, but now it's available to everyone. Twitter apparently saw greater engagement with the longer tweets, and people thought it was easier to say what they were trying to say. All right, one more thing about social media apps. This time, Instagram. Instagram wants you to know which recommendations have been paid for. TechCrunch reports influencers and celebrities who get paid to promote products on Instagram will soon be required to use a new tool that shows when they got paid to promote something. So you may notice more Instagram posts that have something at the top that says paid partnership with, and then the name of the advertiser. This is why. The Country Music Awards are on tonight, and for the 10th year in a row, the hosts will be Brad Paisley and Carrie Underwood. So, no surprise there. But Paisley told Rolling Stone they'll have to find a bit of balance this year. It's the first time the country music community has gotten together since the mass shooting in Las Vegas, so it could get emotional at times. But they also want it to be fun. You can expect to see a bunch of stars, including Garth Brooks and Miranda Lambert, who is the top nominee with a total of 5 nominations.
Hey there, Mr. Tin Man.
The CMAs start at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. And that's it. You are all caught up. Check out thenewsworthy.com to see links to all the stories we talked about today. Just click episodes or show notes on the homepage and find today's date. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen so you don't miss an episode. And I, of course, appreciate it if you can leave a review or just post on social media about it. Help spread the word. The Newsworthy is available every day, Monday through Friday by 4 a.m. Eastern Time. Thanks again for listening and have a great Wednesday.